When you're grateful, your heart starts to beat in a more rhythmic way that causes the arteries in your heart literally to swell, to open up. And so when you actually feel gratitude, there's a physiological component that takes place where your heart feels full. And when energy or blood makes it to the heart, it's a different consciousness. It's a different level of awareness than when you're feeling resentful or you're feeling impatient. We saw that when a person's feeling gratitude, once energy makes it to the heart, somehow it begins to move to the brain. And if you were to imagine grabbing a big sheet and going like this, it's almost like the heart is causing this beautiful pattern of energy moving to the brain, causes the brain to move into these beautiful alpha brainwave states. That is that state of imagination. So we teach people then to feel grateful for things that they haven't had yet, as well as the things that they have in their life, and it tends to produce profound changes in their biology.
Wow. Isn't that something? Welcome back. I'm late. I actually fell asleep, and that's never happened. But did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear the benefits of gratitude? Being thankful? Isn't it a shame that dogs cannot feel any of these things? So, if you give things to dogs, you cannot experience any of this because dogs cannot be thankful. It's impossible for them to be thankful for anything that you do for them. What a waste. I mean, the title of the stream is an understatement. It's like night and day having these experiences with dogs compared to having them with humans. These things can't even feel gratitude. And that's pathetic. That's not admirable. It's not admirable, dog lovers. Now you can do your own research. I have two different terms that I want to look at. The benefit of giving thanks. Right? You've been given something and you give thanks. You actually benefit. There's benefit from giving thanks. It can improve your mood. I know most people have never thought about this. It can improve your mood. Can make people feel happier and more optimistic. Improve relationships. We all know about that. It can reduce stress. Listen to that. It can help calm the nervous system and reduce stress just by giving thanks. See, this is why we should not admire dogs because they're non-human. We should look down on them because they're non-human. And that's just what it is. That's how we're designed. Okay? To be separate, just like everything else separates themselves. Look at this. Improved heart health. Just giving thanks? Yeah, they say it can lower your blood pressure and reduce the risk of heart disease. Reduced depression. So, follow the pattern here. They're basically saying behaving like a human being, behaving in a humane manner benefits you. Sounds like it actually helps you to live longer. Your body releases chemicals and does things that help you. Your literal health. This is crazy. Reduced negative thinking. Gratitude can help break negative thought patterns by keeping thoughts focused on the present. It can slow aging. Wow, it can slow down some of the effects of neurodegeneration that often occurs as we age. It can slow down the effect. Wow. Increased energy. Okay. Increased energy. Reduced dietary fat intake. This is crazy. So again, do your own research. You might find other things. But that's the benefit. Those are the benefits of giving things. Also look up the benefits of feeling appreciated. This is something else that dog lovers can't enjoy. Why? Because dogs don't appreciate anything. Appreciation, gratitude, that's a complex emotion. Oh, yes. How about that? All that food that you give dogs, they don't appreciate it. Dogs don't have complex emotions. They are not thought to have the capacity for complex emotions. And look at the examples they gave. Guilt, shame, pride, or contempt. Y'all see that? They didn't include being thankful or gratitude. But if you do a search, being thankful is indeed a complex emotion. See that? It's a complex emotion. So that's huge. In the dog world, this information is huge. Why? Because they're always giving these dogs things. And they always project themselves as morally superior because they give dogs things like food, water, and shelter. No, that only makes you more of a sucker. Only makes you more of a sucker. And it's an insult. We're smarter than that. And we know how greedy dogs are. We know how fixated they are with food. Like I always talk about. When they show attention to their owners, it's all food motivated. Food motivated because they're so addicted to food. It's not like other animals. I've heard people say, well, IHDs, all animals like food, not like dogs. Their obsession with food is over the top. It's abnormal. That's why you can train them. They're willing to die for food. They're dumb. Look at this. I want y'all to look at this. Look at how focused this dog is on that man's hands.
Guys, so I'm not against treats and definitely not the industry in terms of pet industry. What I am against is they're not for us. Like, who markets healthy food? It's for us, but the industry's not often for us. So when you're looking at treats, as I've done videos before, you see this right here has one ingredient. The challenge is when it's freeze-dried, you get to lock a...
Now, I bet some of y'all didn't even catch that. These things are so disgusting and repulsive. Gluttony is so unattractive. No wonder the Bible speaks again. It's so unattractive.
I've done videos before.
You see that? Right there, it just dove at his hand. Why? Because the dog didn't know whether or not his hand had something in it, because seconds prior, it was partially inside the bag like you see here. Look at how hyper-focused they are on the hands. They're constantly watching the hand. So all this attention, dog lovers would say, oh, he loves you. Look at the good boy. No, it's just food obsessed. So
She's not
watch.
off the porch. So when you're looking at treats,
So you see his hand was partially inside the bag. As soon as it comes out,
I've done videos before.
the dog dives at his hand. That's so pathetic. That's not it.
You see this
Now you see his hand now,
right here has
how his hand is on top of the bag. As soon as he puts his hand back down beneath the bag, the dog immediately dives on his hand again.
one ingredient. The challenge is when
Right there. It happened so fast, I know a lot of people missed it.
right here has one ingredient.
You see, look at this area down here. You can see his guy's shoe, his leg. But watch.
The challenge is
Boom. As soon as he put his hand down there, the dog pressed its nose against his hand again, thinking that there was food in his hand. Because food appears in their hands like magic in the dog's mind because it's so dumb. That is pathetic. Now, I point this out.
is when it's freeze dried, you get to
See
lock
that?
a lot.
You see that? Oh, hyperfocus. It's disgusting behavior. And they want us to interpret this as love and affection and friendliness. Like a primitive caveman. No, thank you.
Right here has one ingredient. The challenge is when it's freeze dried, you get to.
Oh, yeah, I know that is so pathetic. But the point of me pointing this out is to show how hyper-focused they are on food, how obsessed they are with food, but yet, no matter how much food is given to them, they're still not thankful. They're never thankful, ever. And you can tell. You give them food, they just eat it and walk away. They don't sit there and try to thank you. I mean, the dog world, they go on and on about how lovable dogs are, but they don't ever give examples. Why? In what way are they loving and generous? In what way are they our friends? All the behavior I see from them looks like parasitic behavior, just like what you just saw here. This is all this thing's behavior right here, parasitic behavior. A foreign organism attaching itself to a host for resources. Nothing else.
Definitely not the
Nothing else. And they will attack the young of this organism and all that. How about this one? This is really disgusting. I mean, this is bad. Oh. And listen to what this guy says. You back it up.
He's just gonna mow this down when I say the words. He really loves any type of meat.
Look at how crazy it's acting. That's not normal, people. Dog lovers, they like to show this and think it's cute. Oh, look how cute, how exciting. It's so excited for food. No, this is not abnormal. This is not normal excitement. For no animal. It's not. This thing is completely losing its old composure. Losing its mind. What little bit of mind it has.
He's just gonna mow this down when I say the words. He really loves any type of meat. Okay.
Another thing, they've been lying to us, telling us that these things eat like that because it's in their DNA. their genes to eat fast, because long ago they would have to eat fast to keep other predators from eating the food, and because they never knew when would be the next time they would have them. That's all a lie. They eat like that because they're inbred, mutant, worthless pieces of trash. It's just one more of their deformities that they have because they're inbred mutants.
He really, really loves any type of meat. Okay.
Look at that. Inbred mutant. That is disgusting. That is disgusting.
Crazy eater.
So when these parasitic mutant turds, when they eat something that they don't have no business, good for them. You got exactly what you deserve, you gluttonous turd.
Jeez, that was fast.
That's pathetic. This thing is completely out of control, all because of food. That's not normal. That's not normal. And I'm always pointing stuff like this out because I get sick of dog lovers projecting the behavior of dogs as normal. And they're always trying to run this con on us. They're going to point at every dysfunctional, abnormal behavior dogs display. Oh, that's animal behavior. No, it's not. This is disturbing to watch.
He's just going to mouth this down when I say the words.
No wonder thieves can walk into your home and just feed the dog and then take whatever they want. I can believe it looking at this behavior here. And again, they try to sell you this idea that this obsessive behavior over food is beneficial because you can train it to protect your home. No, that can backfire. So these things are this desperate and obsessed with food, and they're not even thankful. How is that possible? How is that even possible? You would think something that loves food this much would be so thankful, and they're not. A lot of times they end up to go on to attack their own owners, attack their owner's family and all of that. So my question is, dog lovers, how does that feel? Because dog lovers pride themselves on what they give their dog. They show off the things that they give their dog, brag about it. Okay, so how does it feel to know that the dogs don't appreciate any of it? Not even one little drop. Oh, talk to me, dog lovers. Shout out to Ashar, who's been a member for 5 months. I want to know. Because I would feel dumb. I would feel dumb. My hard-earned money is going towards food for this disgusting, brainless. Look at how wide their eyes are when they eat. And their eyes always get like that when they eat. Big, huge bug eyes. Because they're so excited. So obsessed with food. And that's why they'll eat light bulbs. They'll eat socks, rocks, 2x4s. This is why they'll eat anything. It's because they're so dumb, inbred, and obsessed with food. They're obsessed with food, and because they're so deranged and dysfunctional and regressed, they're just excited to eat anything. Excited to eat any and everything. And look at this, is so pathetic. Had to go back and start licking the bowl. That is disgusting. And again, I have to tilt my hat to what's written in the Bible. Listen, I don't care where information comes from. If it's valid, it's valid. It speaks against gluttony. And when I look at gluttony like this, I got to agree. There's nothing cute about this. This is not cute. And their obsession with food is also tells you why it's so dangerous to have youngsters in the home with these things. That lets you know how dangerous it is to have these things inside of the home. Because as soon as they look at your young as competition for food, they won't be able to shut that switch off. And these brainless things, they will wait for the right moment to launch attacks and all of that. They don't know any other way how to function other than as a parasite. That's the only way they know how to function. Meaning, so they can't have emotions. They can't love. Remember, being able to love goes hand in hand with being able to be thankful. You can't experience none of that with dogs. So, dog lovers brag about how, wonderful all these experiences are that they have with dogs. And I've always argued, if you have those same experiences with humans, you will benefit, both of you will benefit more from it. Because you're designed to interact with humans. That's why your brain releases these chemicals. And that's why all the stuff happens that they explain to you happens when you interact and when you give to people. Why don't you give to people rather than worthless parasites? So dog culture represents primitiveness in humanity. Dog culture represents primitiveness. Dog culture represents a lack of human evolution. When I say dog culture, I'm talking about human interaction with dogs. Dogs themselves are not what I'm calling primitive. Humans, our decision to touch them, live with them, treat them like family, that's where the primitiveness is. And I don't want to hear nothing from no dog lover nowhere. Pat yourself on the back. I hope you're proud of yourselves for being the people who keep us behind, who keep us primitive. And for 65% of the population to be dog lovers, we can't even claim to be an evolved people as a group, with the majority of our population co-signing these degenerate maggots. Fingers crossed. Let's hope people snap out of it a whole lot sooner than later. Shout out to the eBase, who has also been a member of the channel for 19 months. And shout out to Art Comlegos. Thanks for opening my eyes. You're welcome. Coming across your channel almost 2 years ago is one of the best things since we have been dog free and safe. That's what I like to hear. I recently made a post about this. That's the only time, that's the only thing that gets me going, keeps me going. When I see that I'm getting results, somebody listen to one of my videos and they think to themselves, you know what, that's right. That's true. Because that's what I'm saying it for. I'm not talking to hear myself talk. I want people to hear, like, you know what, that's true. And either stop going around dogs or get rid of the dog that they have and stop going around dogs. But it's a huge accomplishment when they get rid of their dog. Yeah, get rid of it. Because if it can't be thankful for things you do for it, what do you own it for? what type of pleasure are you getting out of it? Is what I'm wondering. I thought most of your pleasure came from you doing all these things for it and it loving you for doing all these things for it. But that's not the case. They're not capable of emotions like that. So what do you own it for? Huh? You may as well keep a pet rock, a stuffed teddy bear. In all seriousness, jokes aside, get a stuffed teddy bear. Okay? That's to supplement whatever psychological benefit you get from the dog. You know, hugging it. Hey, talk to it. You might as well talk to the stuffed animal. It can't understand you, neither can the dog. If you benefited from talking to the dog, you'll benefit talking to the stuffed animal. And isn't that what we got the internet for? There's no reason to be sitting at home lonely with nobody to talk to. You can talk to actual people and get real responses. Just hop on the internet. It's not the primitive days where, oh, I need a friend. There's nobody around to talk to, so I got a dog to keep me company. No, I'm not buying that. Internet is a lot more intimate than talking to a dog, right? You get responses. You understand each other. It's a whole different world. These excuses that they use don't even work no more. Primitive, played out culture, right? I'm happy to be a part of its downfall. Shout out to all of you. Shout out to the Mutt Busters, who's also been a member of the channel now for 13 months. I'm getting better. Around this time, I always get hit with some sinus infection. That dawned on me earlier today. That happens every year during my break. I get hit with a stupid sinus infection. So I got slowed down a little bit, but we're going to pick up the pace a little bit starting this week. Shout out to all of you able to join me for this live stream, and I hope you can join me on the next as we continue with this crusade.